Morning guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster and I thought I'd take you out on a quick cycle ride with me this morning, just to my local woodland. Probably a 2.5 mile ride to get here, which you've just seen some footage of. I'm now inside the woodland. It's quite busy, it's public woodland, you get a lot of dog walkers, that kind of thing. But I just thought I'd take you out for just a little bit of a run this morning. Now we're off the beaten track. It's a lot of undergrowth, a lot of roots. I'm not the world's best mountain biker, as I'm sure you'll find out. But really I just thought I'd come in today for just a bit of a mooch around. Not planning on doing anything in particular. Going to keep an eye out for some possible wood sources. Got the rucksack on, which you might be able to see. Allow me to carry enough for a few spoon blanks and that kind of thing. But really that's it. So as I say, I'm just going to sort of be turning the camera on and off for a bit. I'm using the GoPro today, first time I've used it in a while, so we'll see what this footage turns out like. And yeah, I hope it's something you guys enjoy. Spiders. Right then guys, so I've ditched the bike and I'm now on the hunt for some wood. And this is the kind of thing I do, guys. You know, if I'm not coming out sort of doing any particular bushcraft, I might come out for just a walk or a cycle ride, and while I'm here I'm just scavenging around for either some carving woods or kind of anything like that. So I don't realise I haven't actually shown you my bike yet. Nothing particularly special. Specialised hard rock, bought it a few years ago. Hasn't really seen a great deal of use, as you can tell, because it's looking pretty much pristine. But you know, it's a lovely little bike for coming out in woodlands like this. I'm not really a massive cyclist, certainly not a mountain biker, but I do prefer something like this compared to road bikes, because the only places I really use a bike is somewhere like this. Now, as I said, this is my sort of local woodland. You've seen it before in other videos, and this particular part of it is where I tend to gravitate to, because it is a public woodland, and you know, you've got dog walkers, runners, cyclists, all these kind of people who, like myself, have the freedom to use this woodland. But obviously you've got some idiot like me wandering around with a camera talking to myself. People tend to look at you as if you're a little bit crazy. And of course, you know, when I'm using things like knives and saws and axes, you know, it's not really something, especially here in the UK, that the general public like to see. So I try to seclude myself as best as possible. Now, looking around this woodland, we've had quite a lot of sort of stormy weather recently. Nothing like what's been going on over in the US, and you know, my thoughts and feelings go out to everyone that's affected by that over there. But it has been stormy enough to bring down quite a lot of trees. I mean, just in this little clearing alone, you can see quite a few that have come down. Nothing major, but you know, I'm hoping I can salvage some of this. The problem being is I think I've left it a little bit too long. Now, a lot of this is starting to go. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit spongy, a little bit tacky. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let me set my camera up a second. Experimenting with this gorilla pod I bought recently, and actually it's coming out doing things like this and just plonking you down on a tree really easy. Right, so if I just come into shot, where are we? Hopefully you can see me. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tap, and this does feel pretty spongy. Actually, no, forget that. As you can see, it's rotten all the way through. I mean, you could just about carve with it, but you know, it's not going to be ideal by any means, so why waste the time and the effort? So I'm just going to carry on having a little bit of a wander around, seeing what I can find, and I'll come back when I've got something worth showing you. Right then guys, so it looks like our perseverance has paid off, and I have just found this fallen silver birch. Now, unlike the others, I think this might be a bit fresher. Doesn't feel soft and spongy like the others did, so I think it's worth a go. And I'm going to be going for this kind of larger branch that's sort of hanging over there. So if I can get you set up, see if you'll fit in this. Should be okay. Hopefully you won't fall off while I'm sawing, and also just out of nothing else, I managed to cut my finger. Hazard of the woodlands, I guess. So I'm going to start off up the top here just to see what this wood is actually like. Do you know what? It's pretty dry, but it's not gone rotten yet. Nice and solid. There's no give in it, and that should be good enough to get a spoon or two out of. So I'm going to take a couple of fairly small sections from here, and I'll probably whiz through this footage for you. So hopefully, as you guys can see, still pretty green. I mean, it's starting to dry out, but it's a nice hefty piece of wood for its size. Broke a little bit on the corner, but that's fine. And I think what I'll do, I'll just carry on and take a few more pieces of this, because that's all I can really carry with me today, and then we'll move on from there. Right then guys, that's me pretty much done for today. I won't bore you with the cycle back home. You would have seen enough of that at the beginning of this episode. But all in all, pretty good morning's work. Had a nice little cycle ride because I do need to try and improve my fitness. And I've come away with a nice pack full of usable carving wood. And there's not much there. That'll probably keep me going for, I don't know, a couple of weeks, depending on how much work I end up doing. But that's the joy of something like this. I can come out for a couple of hours in the morning, get a bit of exercise, pick up some carving wood, and I had to search around for it. It wasn't just sitting there waiting for me in a nice convenient pile. But a little bit of perseverance. We found this lovely fallen birch, and it must have fallen fairly recently because there was absolutely no rot or degradation setting in. And for a 45-minute wander around the woodland, going through trying to find it, it was actually really pleasant just being out here and outdoors. So I hope it was useful, guys. I will be doing some videos in the very near future, making some things out of some of this birch. Probably going to be looking at making some small spoon blanks or something like that. But if there's anything you want to see, let me know. And I also had a question from someone a little while ago about how do I store this wood when I get it home if I'm not using it straight away. And what I think I'll do is maybe for next week I'll try and do a video about that, just so you've got a bit of an idea what you can do to try and preserve it, especially if you do what I've done and you've got 4 or 5 pieces of wood and you don't want to use it all in one go. So as always guys, hope it was useful. Comments and questions in the box below. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'll all join me next time. Cheers guys.